You are now listening to the Role Players Podcast.
It's time for another edition of the Role Players Podcast, where we give you some of the stuff you may have missed during the week or some of the stuff that just may not get as much notoriety, but who notices it? The role players. But hey, here we are. You are here with B, Words of Wisdom, that's me, and none other than Mr. Philosophical J. We are doing the two-man thing today. It's tag team, man. I guess you can call us Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat?
Yeah, Harlem Heat. Booker T and Stevie Ray. You're Stevie Ray.
Well, I got to be Stevie Ray. That's right. That's why I say you.
How about Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown?
No, man.
How about Macho Man and we can't be Hulk Hogan. We know why we can't be Hulk Hogan anymore. He's not for the culture, people. You can find this podcast on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, home of the Role Player, Spreaker, and several other streaming platforms. We usually bring you a story, but what's bigger than Week 1 NFL this week? We are going to be digging into the Week 1 talk and definitely recapping some of that Thursday night game. But before we get into it, before we hit the record button here, Jay and I had a pretty interesting conversation that we want to bring to you all. So I said defensive end, other than quarterback, defensive end or pass rusher, edge rusher, however you want to classify it, that is the second most important position in football. And then Jay said, well, yeah, man, that's always been the case. And then I continued to say, then next would be wide receiver, and then next would be probably secondary cornerback. Usually cornerback because you don't find as many good safeties. But that's when Jay stopped me, and he said, what you say, Jay?
I said left tackle.
Left tackle is in which ranking? Where does left tackle fall?
Left tackle would be the third most important position, maybe in some cases the second important position, depending on who your gunslinger is in the NFL, in any football.
Yeah, and granted, you're saying it's the third most important position, but it's not the third most paid.
Correct.
Because the third most paid is, I was correct, it is wide receiver, and then it goes cornerback. Cornerback and left tackle.
Yes.
That was almost neck and neck. It was off by 0.1 million. That's how close it was. So it came in almost with a tie for fourth and fifth. For fourth.
Correct. So as time goes, as you go on and you look up the previous 20 Super Bowl winning teams, I can guarantee you they have if not future Hall of Famer, they have a Hall of Famer left tackle.
But you know what? Now that you're saying that, I'm gonna take it even a step further. Because shouldn't it be center? Because center is the most important line position.
Not center may be the most important line position, but a left tackle is protecting your quarterback when he is throwing. And 90% of the quarterbacks are right-handed, so that would be his blind spot.
It's probably more than 90%.
Probably more than 90%. Probably more than.
Who the hell is a left-handed quarterback now?
Right now, who's a left-handed quarterback?
I'm trying to think. Starting quarterback.
Starting left-hand quarterback.
I don't think it's one.
Man, I don't think it's a starting left-handed quarterback in the NFL right now.
I don't think it's
That's
one.
Crazy.
I can't think of
it's
a
always
left-handed quarterback.
Normally one.
It's usually one somewhere, but I cannot think of one because I would say Lamar Jackson, but it's not Lamar Jackson.
No, it's not left-handed. It's not a left-handed starting quarterback in the NFL right now.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Man, oh man.
There you go. So that's why I say it is 100%. Let's say 98 point.
Yeah, let's just on the safe side.
98.5. 98.5% of the time, that's your blind spot for your quarterback thrower. So all Hall of Fame quarterbacks have a left tackle.
A left tackle, yeah.
That's getting inducted with them as well. Because he has to be able to stand upright to be able to throw the football.
And, you know, an interesting take because I guess before we get into the week 1 talk, we can kind of get into our individual teams if we want to. The Jaguars are down the left tackle.
You got it. That's your left tackle.
And now we're putting in the swing tackle. It's like the 1 year, the sophomore. I can't even say 1 year vet. He's been playing for 1 year, Will Richardson. And, you know, they asked him, they was like, well, look, we want to know what's the difference between, you know, left tackle, right tackle. Like, why is it such a challenge? And he was like, well, most of your left tackles usually are left-handed, or they're good with their left hand or their left side of their body because that's their swing arm, that left arm. And then he was like, whereas he's right-handed, his swing arm is the right arm, but if he swings with his right, he's going to push someone into the quarterback. He's going to have leverage on his right side, but he's going to open up his left, where if it's an edge rusher coming from, you know, facing his side of the line, coming off of the right side, then he's going to blow right past Will Richardson and down goes Foles.
So do you know who my 49ers left tackle is?
Nah, not right now.
Joe Staley.
It's still Joe Staley. It's been a long day.
He has been the left tackle for 13 years.
He's a good one, though.
And he's a good one.
You know, I remember when y'all drafted him, I said he's going to be very good.
Yeah.
But I think the Jaguars have I think we have a chance this weekend. It's going to be funky, though, because look at what happened Thursday night, man. Like, that was ridiculous. That was a awful game. I know a lot of people said it was defense, but it was
Green Bay has no defense.
It was some bad offense being played, too.
Yes,
but
it was.
I think the Jaguars have a chance. It's going to be 98 degrees with a heat index of 105. Thank you, Dorian. I don't know if our players are ready for that, which they should be. But I think we have a chance against the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to score, though. They're going to score something, and we have to score. And considering what I saw from Green Bay, what I saw from Chicago, teams took this preseason off, and the offenses were damn near non-existent, but they were very sluggish. Allen Robinson had over 100 yards, but that was like garbage numbers.
How many fantasy points he get you?
He got me 10. That's good for a wide receiver.
That's good because I think I had maybe 6 or 7 with Jones. I think he had like 5 or 6
I think I got
receivers.
you 10-3 right now.
10-3? What did he do? Fumble the ball?
I mean, maybe he did. I don't know.
I went to sleep on it, man. I said,
it was a slobber knocker.
In the start of the fourth quarter, I said, man, Chicago play calling was horrible, horrendous, and I said it was no way in the world that Chicago was going to be able to get. Like, they didn't even run the football.
Trubisky is not the answer.
Oh, now Mitchell's not the answer. When I said that last year.
Yeah, I had to give him a chance for his second year. He's going into his third year now.
I don't have to give you a chance. Film shows.
Film don't lie.
Yeah, film
don't
shows
lie. We know that Mitch Trubisky looks average at best, and you know I'm a Blake Bortles hot and cold guy. Blake Bortles on his best day is really that damn good, but he's also that damn bad on his worst day. But you know it exists. I have not seen that from Trubisky yet. I haven't seen the light turn on to where I say he had a game. Because a lot of his stuff was fueled by defense.
It was, but with that defense, and they don't have a running game.
Oh, it's non-existent.
So do you think they should go after Melvin Gordon?
I hope somebody goes after Melvin Gordon because he's on my fantasy team, and I am really banking on him. If it wasn't for A-Rob coming through with that 10 points, my flex guy was going to be putrid.
So
still might end
if
up
I got
not
3
being
points,
good.
my flex guy was putrid. I was at least thinking about
last night
17.
was not the night to have a player because Aaron Rodgers' numbers were putrid. Everybody's numbers were putrid last night.
Yeah, but I think Green Bay's a little.
They'll get it going.
You're saying they'll get it going, but they really haven't got it going in the last 2 years. I think Green Bay's. I think we still.
Oh, it's done.
I think we're still waiting, and we still gauge Green Bay off of the Super Bowl year.
That's almost been 10 years ago. That's almost been 10 years ago, man.
So I mean, we keep saying, yeah, Green Bay's an explosive offense. Man, listen, man.
They can score.
I remember my 49ers and Colin Kaepernick put a clinic up on Green Bay two years in a row.
Green Bay's done.
And at that point in time, I don't know if you remember me saying, I said, oh, man, Green Bay ain't the same team because we're not a high-power offense, and we just put a clinic on them 2 years in a row.
When I say they'll get it going, they will produce some numbers on offense. It's Aaron Rodgers. But two things. They're not going to win a whole lot of games, meaning they're going to break 500 at best, in my opinion.
I'll give them 8 and 8, 9 and 7.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere around there. Give or take a win or loss. And then the second thing is Aaron Rodgers can't stay healthy.
No.
So if he goes down goes the Packers.
He took a beating last night.
Man, I just knew at some point I was like, he is going to fall wrong on that collarbone, and that will be it.
Yeah, he took a beating last night.
He survived the game. You know, that was the team that knocked them out.
But do you,
last year.
But you want to know what one take I could take from that game, and then we can move on.
What you got?
I didn't see the same dominant Bear defense.
No.
Like I expected a turnover to come, a pick six. You know, that's what last year would have been. It would have been a turnover, a pick six. They would have been able, that defense, like you said, would at least muster 10, 14. They would have came up with 10 to 14 points themselves.
So I'm going to say this and then we're going to move on. We've been watching a lot of football at this point in our lives, Jay and I. But for those of you who don't know, when you are a defensive-driven team, usually it goes like this. You have this crazy, mad, impossible-to-believe year on defense, like the Jaguars did the year before. And then the next year, it goes... I won't say it flat lines.
No, you're just an okay defense.
But you're a solid defense. But you really need that offense to come through because everyone has a game plan. Nobody's going to let Khalil Mack and that defensive front just push their way through every week. Although they did a pretty good job on Aaron Rodgers. But again, they didn't create any turnovers.
Absolutely. And I can remember when San Fran went to their Super Bowl against the Ravens. People really don't understand, but our defense had kind of took a step or two back.
Yeah, man.
When that defense was dominant and not giving up anything, the furthest we went was the NFC Championship game because we didn't have enough offense.
That's crazy.
That year we went to the bowl, I can remember, hell, we gave up 20. We were down 28-3 in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
28-3.
Hey, from Sunday night showdown, from Thursday night kickoff to Sunday showdown. Because kickoff is coming, my friend. I have my flags ready to go on my car, and I can't wait to put them on.
It's just kind of like when I woke up this morning, man, and I left out, I could kind of feel the grass blades in the air.
Do you feel the electricity flowing through your body?
Yeah, I could, man.
All right, so for our listeners, this is how we're going to do it. We have 5 key matchups that we're going to highlight during the week of football for that week. And then we're going to show all our picks, or we're going to say all our picks for the week that week, and then we're going to recap it the following week. And we'll close this show out following that. But hey, here we go. So week 1, a lot of teams didn't play in preseason, but this team actually did play. We have those Cleveland Browns. Everybody's been waiting. They're at home against Tennessee. Jay, what's your thoughts on this game, man? What's your thoughts on the game? Because it's a lot in this game. You got the Titans. They don't know where they really want to go on offense. They actually have a pretty good defense. They had a pretty surprising season last year. They're on the road in Cleveland, the dog pound, against Baker Mayfield and that Showtime offense. It's gonna be an interesting game.
It's gonna be very interesting, and also the return of one of the longest tenure tight ends in the NFL that's still producing right now. Delaney Walker. So Delaney is back. He's like 100 years old though, but he's back. So
that was rude.
He is, man. I mean, like he is.
He is though.
The most important thing right now is I never thought week 1 you could be labeled as a must-win game, But this is kind of a must-win game for Cleveland.
Both. It's really for both.
And this is a trap game for Cleveland, though. Because
really
Cleveland has had a very up and down off season. It's been all over the place. You've been having Baker coming out. Now Odell's coming out and saying he's kind of injured. He don't know if he's 100% healthy. And he just waited until Thursday night, Wednesday evening to come out with these myth injuries all of a sudden. But the Tennessee Titans have a hell of a defense, low key.
They do. They really do.
So I could see we see 10-3 last night.
Yeah.
I could see like a 14-10, 14-9 ball game and Tennessee win that because Cleveland really haven't figured themselves out. It's not been enough preseason games. I don't even know if Odell played in the preseason, did he?
I think he did. Yeah, because I think he scored a touchdown or something. Okay.
But this defense right here, for 4 quarters, regardless if they catch a touchdown, run a touchdown, they will smack you in the mouth. They are going to have to play a slugfest week 1. That's why this is a trap game. And I can see them being frustrated because they're not getting what they think they should be getting because they are let's just call it, this is the new dream team.
It is the new dream team. It's the new dream team. It's the new hype team.
Yes.
It's the new it team.
Right.
But let's be real. It's the Cleveland Browns. And we all know in the back of our minds, whether you want to admit it or not, we would like to see Cleveland do some major stuff. Who deserves it more than Cleveland? They actually sacrificed a lot to get a lot of draft picks. They made good draft picks with those picks. They signed a lot of good guys like Odell and then Landry over the years. Chubb drafted. Then they got the discount on Kareem Hunt. The talent's there. But let's be real. We would like to see them do well. However, we all, somewhere in our soul, unless you're a Cleveland Brown fan, we would love to see them fail miserably because this thing can blow up fast.
I'm going to tell you, man, I am a big Cleveland. I have been a big advocate for wanting Cleveland to win, but they didn't do it the right way. And they think they have. I want Cleveland to fail.
I know you do. We all do. If they fail, I'm going to sit back and say, especially if my Jaguars are bad this year, misery loves company. And I love company. I don't want to sit there.
If they lose, are you going to say, how are you going to say?
I'm going to say, what it do, baby? So who you picking in this game, man? I got Cleveland.
Man, I got to go Tennessee.
Go Tennessee. All right. Tighten up. So from one super high-powered offense to really 2 offenses that can explode at the drop of a dime. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons at Minnesota Vikings. This game can produce big numbers. It can produce big numbers. I have a feeling that Atlanta's going to bounce back offensively this year. Julio, he also has popped up on this injury, don't want to play, possibly holding out list. I'm telling you, that preseason thing is low-key biting teams because all of a sudden they get to week 1 and it's like, yeah, so maybe he may not play Sunday. What does that mean? That's why we didn't play in preseason. But anyway, I really like the Falcons. I like them this year. I think they can really make some noise in the NFC South. I think they have enough defense. They're getting their defensive players back, their defensive stars, because they lost like both safeties last year. Neal going down was a huge loss. Getting a fully healthy team out there on the field, going up to a dome. They play in a dome. Minnesota plays in a dome. This has prime time written on all over it for Atlanta, but so does it for Minnesota. They got, Dotson from...
Josh Doctson.
They got Doctson from Washington. They let go of, what's the receiver that was doing bad?
Treadwell?
Yeah. They finally let go of Treadwell. They have an offense that's primed to explode, and then they're getting Cook back. Cook was putting up some numbers.
They're always getting Cook back.
They're always getting Cook back. That's the thing. But Minnesota has a defense, too. I think this is a good matchup, man. It was actually a tough pick for me, man. What's your thoughts on it, Jay?
So my thoughts is, if we go into the locker room and we give the Falcons purple jerseys and the Falcons
purple jerseys,
and the Vikings red jerseys, would you be able to tell who's who?
No, I mean quarterback to quarterback, wide receivers to wide receivers.
It's the same exact team, offensive and defensive.
Yeah.
They even play inside of a dome, and every year they always have hype coming into the season, and they never live up to it. So to me, I feel like this team. I mean, these guys even got 2 Florida State running backs on the team.
That's crazy.
Exactly, and they was there at the exact same time.
Yeah. So
to me, I believe this game will come down to coaching. It also will come down to the one factor is tight end Kyle Rudolph.
Really?
Yeah.
Hooper's, like you said, blow for blow, they're the same team.
Hooper is decent, but I believe that Rudolph is sneaky good.
He's the difference maker in this game for
Yes,
you?
he's sneaky good. Because Hooper, he really doesn't have that savvy vet, how you say, when he's running down the field and you're like, who the hell left this guy open?
He definitely gets out there and you say, how? He gets out there and he
gets
say,
out
how?
there. But I mean, let's just call it what it is. Who you picking in this one?
I'm going Atlanta.
I got to go with Minnesota in the home and field advantage, man. That's tough
twice.
to come and play week 1. My Niners did it last year, and we got thumped pretty bad.
It's going to be a close game, without a doubt. It's going to be a close game. So I can't wait to see that one. I hope that one comes. Well, it won't come on TV around here because we're in.
It's going to come
Panther
on my
Nation.
TV.
Oh, it's going to come on my TV too. I don't have the package, but I have a package. Here we go. And then we're going to spice things up. You may say this may be a trash can fest right here, but it is interesting. This was one Jay pointed out to me on the schedule, but we have the Detroit Lions against the Arizona Cardinals. I know you're thinking, why is this game being highlighted? Look, it's Kyler Murray. He's the number 1 pick. The guy had a horrible preseason.
Horrible.
It was horrible. But who better for them to start off with him to start off with Larry Fitzgerald at his side to take on Matt Stafford that gets all of the numbers and he's the biggest slumper. Like, there's no reason to be excited about Matt Stafford. Since Megatron retired, wins have completely went away from the Detroit Lions. I don't know why they even still get enough of a buzz, but they're one of the worst teams in the NFL too. However, they do have a good quarterback. It just does not translate with Matt Stafford. But Kyler Murray, man, this is going to be your real test. So let's just cut to the chase. This is about Kyler Murray.
This is absolutely. It's also about Stafford.
It's about Stafford, but we know what to expect from Stafford. I actually expect him to get numbers and this game to not even look like he has those numbers because he gets a lot of padded stats. He gets a lot of garbage stats in garbage time. That's what I mean by garbage stats. But Kyler Murray, can he play in the NFL, man? Because it didn't appear that he could. And I know it was just preseason. But the guy completed like 1 pass for, I think, like negative yards 1 week. And he had 2 false starts because of the clapping of the hands. They're calling that this year.
Yeah.
He just it looks like it's not translating fast enough for him. And I don't know if Arizona has officially named him their starter, but I'm expecting him to start.
Well, this is my thing. He actually has 2 savvy vets to throw the ball to in Fitzgerald and Michael Crabtree. So my biggest question is, with Kyler Murray, what he did last year in college football, correct? And what Jalen Hurts did Monday night, for that same team, is it impressive what Kyler Murray did last year?
Nah, man.
It's not, because Jalen Hurts looked like Kyler Murray on steroids.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts did look good for Alabama.
He looked good. So
cannot wait to see them play again.
Cannot wait to see them play. So
for Oklahoma, I mean.
Yeah. for my shot, that's my shot at Kyler Murray because they went crazy over Kyler Murray. We had to have him. And I said,
now he's here.
I said, I don't know about taking this guy with the number 1 pick. He looked horrendous. And Stafford on the other sideline, he never looks horrendous, but you always say there's something's not there. He doesn't win. So this is between whoever gets off to a hot start. I think Stafford needs to jump into this. He needs some motivation. This is his first time. He always gets off to a slow start. Their team never had motivation. This is a confidence builder for Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Let's get off to a good start because if they go out here and it's a 21-17 win, 21-17 struggle, and Matthew Stafford has to bring his team down again, the brown bags will be out again in Detroit.
Man.
Because this is a bad Arizona football team that we're going to see Sunday.
Man, this is super bad. This will be a very interesting game because it's going to say a lot for two teams that need a lot of answers.
Yes.
From the questions that's being asked.
So Detroit need to win. If Detroit is going to be a real team, and they have a shot because after what I've seen from Green Bay and Chicago, they have a shot.
They have a shot, yeah.
So if they're going to be a real legitimate team, they have to really put their foot on this team neck.
They need to come in making a statement. That's why I'm picking them to take out Arizona.
I'm picking them also.
Yeah, they'll win by at least 2 scores. Yeah, I'm going to say 2 scores.
2 scores.
Yeah, you took Detroit too. You could say it's a close game.
I think it'll be 17-13 Detroit.
Jesus, who's gonna score this week? Because you don't have anybody scoring.
I don't, man. That's why you play in preseason, brother.
Well, I'm gonna give it 2 scores, but from that slobber knocker going on to those New England Patriots. Yeah, you can't forget about the Patriots. Came off of a big year last year, man.
Huge year.
Yeah. They brought home the trophy. They got the crown. They took it down. They did everything they were supposed to do. And now Tom Brady is back for his 88th season. He's going against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the New England Patriots will be at home. Look, man, there's been a lot of changes in Pittsburgh, and to be honest, it looks like they were changes for the best. They're going with Juju and the young wide receiver core. Connor and the young backfield. Only thing that's still there is Ben Roethlisberger, which he holds the keys. He got them, man. He got them in his hand, and he decides their success. He decides the fate of the steel curtain. Tom Brady, on the other hand, is as cool as a cucumber. I mean, it's not much to say about the Patriots. These guys just turn trick after trick after trick. Now they have the backup that they wanted behind Tom Brady. He looked phenomenal in preseason. Stidham, he just played good ball, man. I looked at some of those throws. Those were some big-time throws. I cannot wait for this Sunday night game. The NFL went away from making the Super Bowl the defending champ from the previous year's Super Bowl play on Thursday to putting them on Sunday night. I think this was a great move. Thursday night football, obviously, is bad football. I just cannot wait to see this game. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good game. But I'm a little disappointed. I would have liked to see this maybe 4 or 5 weeks from now. Because we really don't know what Pittsburgh is right now. And I mean, if Pittsburgh go out and get manhandled, so what?
And Patriots play bad football during the first 4 weeks.
During the first few weeks.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of a shake 'em up game. I'm just interested. Who does New England play in the NFC this year?
I'm not sure what division they play in the NFC. I know we play the South. So
we play Pittsburgh division.
So they must play the North or the East. I want to say they play the North. I want to say that they play the North.
That sounds about right.
If they play the North, that's an easy walk.
That's an easy walk.
If it's the North or the East, that's an easy walk.
We need to look that up right fast because I would have loved to see Tom Brady going against the Chicago Bears in Week 1. A real defense.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. I won't lie, but I don't know, man. I think that they can take on anybody this year in the NFL. Really,
you think so?
Yeah, everything does depend on Tom Brady, but they have a system in place to where even when Tom Brady does decide to fade, they're gonna let him fade gracefully. He's gonna do it with grace because they're just gonna slow down the game, shorten the passes, and run the ball heavy. They're putting the pieces in place. I really can't wait, man.
You don't think that would have been a heck of a game to see them play, and that's who they do play. They do play
the North,
the East,
the East. Yeah.
So let's go Patriots, Cowboys, Patriots.
That's it. It can only been the Patriots, Eagles, or the Patriots, Cowboys.
Giants. Eli Manning versus
no.
Tom Brady won last time.
No. We're looking for a good game.
And then Daniel Jones comes in to save the game?
No.
Off of an injury?
You know Daniel Jones is not playing. Why are you wishing that on Eli?
I'm not wishing nothing on Eli. I'm wishing Eli get benched.
You tried to slide
Week
that under
one.
the rug. No, you said
and this guy,
Daniel Jones coming in off of an injury?
I said off of an injury?
Yeah, you said it.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's just get back to reality.
That was a turd statement.
I'm taking New England over Pittsburgh, of course.
Yeah, I'm taking New England, too. I mean, as much as we hyped it up, you know what time it is. It's New England, but I thought that was a pretty good game. But we're going to go ahead, rotate this thing over to Monday night. This is our last marquee matchup. And
this is a juicy one.
It is a juicy one. This may make us go a little bit longer.
Juicy fruit.
Man, it was all a dream.
It was a dream.
That's what Mayock said.
California love.
I'm telling you something about that state, boy. It turns them out, inside out, man. So check it. We have the Denver Broncos at the Oakland Raiders. This game has so many storylines. This is the last season in the black hole. We're starting off in the black hole. The black hole has become a black hole. AB has gone absolutely insane
into the black hole.
He's faded to black. He had the foot issue, which people said, "How the hell did you mess your feet up like that?" Okay, sure, you were in an ice bath, the ice pit, or whatever. You didn't wear any socks. Okay, well, fine. All right, hey man, take some time. Then he missed a walkthrough, and it was like, come on, man, what's this about? Then it was like, oh, so you're upset about your helmet? AB, we just want you on the field. You finally get to a point to where, hey, I'm ready to play. It's week 1. And then Mike Mayock says, well, hey, as a formality, we're going to send you a letter that documents we're finding you because, you missed walkthrough and, other stuff has gone on this offseason. It's $50-something thousand fine. And, we can't wait to start the season with you. Well, AB in return says on social media, he posted the picture of the letter from Mike Mayock, the general manager of the Oakland Raiders. And he said something to the effect of, even your own team hate on you. The devil can't have me. It's my time to shine, and that's all I'm saying on that, or something like that. And he tagged the Oakland Raiders, and he wanted it to be known that he did this. So, hey, it's week 1, getting ready for the walkthroughs and the practices and everything. And Mike Mayock, he goes down to the field and he say, hey, AB, like, what's going on, man? Like, AB gets into an altercation with, and I do mean an altercation. They say there was some shoving. They say AB was verbally assaulting this guy.
Racial slurs.
AB, and these are his words, not mine, but AB called Mike Mayock a cracker.
Yeah, man. He also unfollowed.
The Raiders. Derek Carr.
John Gruden, everybody.
Somewhere in Pittsburgh, really everywhere in Pittsburgh, they are laughing out loud because this is hilarious. And this is the Oakland Raiders story. This is all AB. We haven't even gotten on Mr. Knock on Wood, John Gruden.
No.
We haven't gotten on the running back situation that they have. We haven't touched note on the quarterback situation in Oakland. We haven't touched note on the defense because there's a lot to talk about. We haven't even touched the Broncos. The Broncos, they're an intriguing team because that defense is lights out.
They are very intriguing.
Man, that defense lights out.
They got the makings to be this year's Chicago Bears
plus
and
some.
The year before Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Their defense is flying around.
It is ready to explode. Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, Chris Harris. I mean, this defense is there and it's ready. And, I mean, they have the defensive coordinator to push them through. But I actually like Joe Flacco on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I kind of like Joe Flacco on the offensive side of the ball.
Especially with their defense. If you like what Chicago did a year ago and you liked how Jacksonville jumped out of anywhere 2 years ago, then you have to definitely they have a proven quarterback and they could do some damage, man.
Dude,
this team is almost they're almost made up like the Ravens. They won the Super Bowl.
They are made up like the Ravens
with a better defense.
Yeah, a younger defense.
Yeah,
a younger defense is. Ravens has some Hall of Fame talent without a doubt.
But back to this AB stuff, man.
This AB stuff is a whole nother level.
AB, man. He apologized today.
What?
Yeah, he apologized today.
Man, he may have some CTE going on.
He got some. Man, I remember when this guy John Gruden set Keyshawn Johnson on ice, and I could see it leading up to that, and I was like, they're gonna have to do something because these two aren't getting along. It's ran stale
before it even popped.
So I don't know what is in his contract that how many games he has to play for them, but I don't see AB lasting all season in Oakland. I just don't see it, man. I think it's going to be a short-lived honeymoon. The honeymoon's already over.
Man, this is the 7-year itch, and it ain't even reached day one. This is crazy. I know a lot of Oakland fans are looking at it saying, well, Randy Moss did. No, he did not. Randy Moss did not do this. Randy Moss was unmotivated. That's all.
But it didn't take him long to get out of there either.
Nah, man. So he did his 1-year sentence, and then he went and played for the King.
Yeah, he went and played for the King.
He went and played. I hate he didn't get that ring, man.
Resurrected the end of his career because he was flatlining.
Oh yeah, everybody was ready to write him off, including me. When I saw him in Oakland, I was like, maybe he just doesn't care anymore, man. He had the wild afro, that crazy number. It was so much going on, man.
He did have a crazy number.
He had that crazy ass number, man. Number 18.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe he did it because they had just said the wide receivers could wear the team numbers. But it was so crazy. But this AB thing, man. Wow. And I mean, they've been promoting this thing on Hard Knocks. It's pretty much been the John Gruden AB show. That's all they have talked about. And now you have this dynamic between AB versus the Raiders.
That's what it is.
This guy, when he finally steps foot on the field, what can he do number-wise to make them say, all right, we're going to swipe it clean, act like it didn't happen because we really want you here. Numbers-wise, what does he have to do? Because I'm going to say he has to get 2 touchdowns, 150 yards.
Yeah, but what if he don't get 60 yards?
It's over.
What if he get 2 balls thrown?
It's over.
For 40 yards.
It's over.
Or 2 balls thrown for 17 yards.
It's over.
I think
it's over anyway.
You think he's gonna blow up? See, this is what I see coming. The first time he's not thrown the ball enough, or he doesn't have the yardage, or he doesn't have the touchdowns, it's over. He's going to say, this is why we haven't been seeing eye to eye the whole offseason.
It's gonna show up on the sideline if they don't take care of this. I know that's what you're saying. It's gonna show up on the sideline, and it without a doubt it is.
He won't be suspended. So I'm gonna tell you why. They may not play him, but he'll suit up Sunday. The reason why he'll suit up Sunday is because in his contract it states that he's about to his first game of this calendar season is going to be his first year being a league vet.
Yeah.
So being a league vet automatically guarantees
the next tier,
half of his contract.
Yeah.
So he would get a guaranteed $15 million of that 30. So if he misses that game, he won't be the league vet. So you don't know when he'll get his money. So this is the catch. If he's not suspended, he'll suit up, and they may not play him that much, just to prove a point. Might even sit him down the first half,
because they haven't announced whether he's suspended.
No,
or not.
they haven't. They said that suspension was possibly coming, but he apologized today in front of everyone on NFL Network.
So let me because I won't repeat the racial slur, but
you said it once, man.
Yeah, but I won't repeat it because that was quoting him. Now it'll just be abusing the word. So if he called Mike Mayock a C word,
a racial slur, if the shoe was on the other foot and Mike Mayock called him a racial slur, the N word, Mike Mayock would be fired. In today's game, he would be fired.
He would be fired.
He would be fired.
Yeah. Just put that into perspective. Regardless
of the
it doesn't matter what he's
of
done.
the apology.
It does not matter what he would have done. He would have been fired. The NFLPA would have come after him. Media and social media would have come after him. He would have been fired. He would not have made it 2 other days as an Oakland Raider GM. I'm just saying, this guy used a racial slur and he still has an opportunity. But who does not have an opportunity is the role players. We got to choose a side.
I think the role players have the opportunity. I think who don't have the opportunity is the Raiders. That's why I'm going with the Broncos.
Man, let me tell you something. You might as well say this is going to be an oatmeal pie or a fudge round or some cream-filled thing, some sandwich, because Von Miller and Bradley Chubb are out there. Derek Carr, it's hard knocks, baby. If you feel me, knock on wood.
You think they're going to be serving donuts in the Denver area?
Man, they serving donuts all year. Starting tomorrow. Well, starting Sunday. But yeah, they're starting Monday. Yeah, they'll serve them Monday. Woo! Whatever deals are out there in Denver for however many wins you get, you're gonna get some wins this year. And it's gonna be fun watching y'all win or loss, because that defense will show up. But let's go ahead and do our lightning round and do our picks. And then we'll close this thing out, Jay. It's been a good pick'em show. So we already had the Thursday night game. We've picked 5 of the key matchups this week, but let's go ahead and pick the others. I'm taking Baltimore over Miami. Buffalo over the Jets. The Eagles over the Redskins. I'm taking the Rams over the Panthers. The Jaguars over the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm doing it, man. That's right. Hate me tomorrow. Chargers over the Colts. That's an easy one. Seahawks over the Bengals. That's an easy one. Cowboys over the Giants. That's an easy one. 49ers over the Buccaneers. I believe in Bruce Arians, but I do not believe in Jameis Winston. And then I'm going with those Raging Cajuns. I'm going with the Saints over the Texans on Monday night. And for my tiebreaker, I have 37 points for the Denver-Oakland game. Jay, what you got?
Okay, I have Miami over Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I have Buffalo over the Jets, Philly over Washington, Rams over what's left for the Carolina Panthers, Kansas City over Jacksonville. I'm sorry, brother.
No way.
I'm sorry.
No way.
Indianapolis over the Chargers.
No way.
No. Chargers over Indianapolis.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I was about to say
Seattle
no way.
over Cincy. Dallas over the Giants. Of course, San Fran over Tampa. That's going to be a tough one in all that heat.
I should change my pick.
And then I have New England over Pittsburgh, what we talked about earlier. But I have New Orleans over Houston, and my points are 28, and I think Denver's pitching a shutout.
Woo! Now, that was the statement of the show. Hey, if you like this and more shows like this, or you want more shows like this, let us know. Let us know on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Let us know, man. Share us. We can only get out there and speak for the role players in the world, TRP Nation, if you share us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about a friend. And the friend is us. You can find this podcast on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, home of the role players, and several other streaming platforms. It's been a heck of a show. We can't wait to follow this thing up next week. Major way. Easter egg, I'm going up against Jay in fantasy. Who you with? That's what I want to know. Choose a side. If you're doing the right thing, you'll probably choose me. But it's been a heck of a show, man. We're going to roll this thing out.